Talking a lot about the Proud Boys, Joe Biden bringing it up, and then Donald Trump having this exchange with Mr. Wallace and the former vice president. Have a listen to this.
You have repeatedly criticized the vice president for not specifically calling out Antifa and other left-wing extremist groups. But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
are you
I'm
prepared to specifically
do it? I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it. Do you want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
white
name.
Supremacists and
who would you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys. Stand back and stand by.
Wasn't exactly condemning them, that's for sure. So joining us on the line right now is the head of the Proud Boys Vegas chapter, Anthony, joining us right now. Anthony, thanks for calling in. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Anthony?
Hi, how you doing, Shapiro?
Doing good, man. Doing good. You can call me Brian. You don't have to call me Shapiro. So, Anthony, let me start out by saying this, and let me ask you this. When Donald Trump says stand back and stand by, how did you take that?
I took it as he's telling us to stand back and stand by, maybe in case he needs us. Or actually, my first thought on that was the Proud Boys actually stand back and stand by. They don't cause any violence. Okay,
so going by what you just said, they don't cause any violence. Why is it that two of your members are in jail right now? Why is it for beating up an anti-fascist activist in New York? Why is it that former Proud Boys member Jason Kessler was the instrumental man in bringing together the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, where a woman was killed back in August of 2017? There were members of the Ku Klux Klan and neo-Nazis there. So what you're saying, sir, is just, with all due respect, is not factually accurate.
Brian, you're taking anecdotal evidence and you're applying it.
Okay.
So Anthony, applying it to an entire group.
We debated this.
Actually, Brian, are you going to let me speak?
Well, JD interrupted.
I'm about done with your lie.
Okay, so if it's a lie, then tell me. So if it's a lie, then tell me where I'm lying. Tell me why the FBI. So is the FBI?
I'm talking.
Okay, first of all, you don't run the show. If you're going to be rude to me, you can have a nice day. Oh, excuse me. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do, Anthony. We're going to start over. I'm going to ask a question. I won't interrupt you. I will let you answer. Fair?
Fair.
Okay, so let me ask you another question then, because obviously that question agitated you. The FBI called your group. Well, there's nothing funny about this.
That wasn't necessary, Brian.
The FBI called your group an extremist group. The Southern Poverty Law Center lists your group as a hate group. The Anti-Defamation League described your group as misogynistic, Islamophobic, transphobic, and anti-immigration. So my question to you is this. Are all those organizations, including the FBI, lying? And is Anthony telling the truth right now?
Are the Proud Boys on the domestic terrorist list of the FBI? Tell me that.
That wasn't my question, sir. Please answer my question. Please, I didn't say, sir, I will answer your question, but you're not answering mine, but I will still answer your question. I never said you were a domestic terrorist organization. Neither did the FBI. What the FBI said is that you were labeled as an extremist group. The Southern Poverty Law Center said you were a hate group. The Anti-Defamation League called you misogynistic, Islamophobic, transphobic, and anti-immigration. I will ask you the question again, and please don't answer it with a question. Are all of those organizations lying, and is your organization, and are you telling the truth? Is that what you're saying?
The Southern Poverty Law Center is a leftist organization.
Oh, please.
Brian, let him answer the question.
So you're not going to let me answer.
Yeah, let him answer the question, Brian. You can't ask him questions.
Go ahead.
And then attack him when you don't like his answer.
The FBI does not label us as an extremist group.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
I like to see that in writing.
Okay, so first of all, no. First of all, they labeled you an extremist group back in 2018. If you don't believe me and you want to be educated, you could look it up yourself. I'm not making this stuff up. I know you want to laugh at facts, sir, but these are facts. Yeah, I believe your group. Listen, the founder. Excuse me, sir. The founder of your group was a white supremacist and an anti-Semite. Sir, what do you think about?
Where did you see that?
Anthony, what do you think about Jewish people?
Where's that at?
Anthony,
I'm not gonna listen. Do you think I'm going to let you run over me here?
Oh yeah, I am, because you're an idiot. That's why.
I'm not going to let you do.
Oh yeah, you're not going to let me do. You're not going to let me do.
Calm down.
No, I'm not going to calm down.
Brian,
stop.
Brian, grow up.
Stop.
This is embarrassing.
Stop. It is embarrassing.
This is embarrassing for you.
Stop.
Where actually 3 had pipe bombs that were.
Why won't you answer my questions? Would you like me to ask the question again? Okay, I understand. I understand you want to. Oh, stop it with your nonsense. You want to. I know.
You're a joke, JD. JD, you're a joke. Brian, I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Why don't you get the names right, idiot? Okay.
That's all right, Anthony.
First of all, the Southern Poverty Law Center is not a leftist organization. That's number one. You're lying.
They are being sued by a number of organizations.
So would you like to discredit the FBI as well and the Anti-Defamation League? Okay.
I would.
Anthony, you can laugh. Would you please answer the question?
What's your nonsense question for me?
So you'd like me to ask it for a fourth time?
Anthony, here, let me ask you a question, and I'm going to actually
even though he wouldn't answer mine.
I'm going to let you answer the question. What separates the Proud Boys from the Boogaloos and the KKK?
Okay, the KKK is a white supremacist group. Okay, the Boogaloo Boys is not even an organization; it's a meme. Okay, it has nothing to do with Proud Boys or actually any organization because they're not an organization. The Proud Boys. Okay. I want to ask Brian this. I have black, Asian, Latino, gay, every color of the rainbow in my chapter alone, let alone the organization as a whole. The organization as a whole, our chairman is Enrique.
What's your question, sir? Sir, what's your question?
So you tell me how we are a white supremacist organization.
Okay, so Anthony, I want you to open up your ears because this shows how you're not listening. I never called your group a white supremacist group. Open up your ears. I am calling you exactly what the FBI.
The only reason we're having this conversation, Brian, is because
if I can please finish my answer to Anthony, I would appreciate that. Thank you, JD. I'm answering your question, Anthony, even though you didn't answer any of mine. I'm calling you what the FBI called you. That is an extremist group. I'm calling you what the Southern Poverty Law Center called you, which is a hate group. Well, guess what? I didn't call you a white supremacist group. I don't know you personally. You might be a white supremacist. I don't know you.
Well, actually, Brian, I'm olive because
I don't care what the color of your skin is.
White.
I don't care. I don't care what the color. Anthony, I will repeat it again. I don't care what the color of your skin is. And by the way, just because the notion that you have some minorities in your group must mean that you're not an extremist group is absurd. It's the ridiculous.
Okay,
it's absurd.
How are we an extremist group?
Why don't you ask the FBI that called you?
Answer a question. I
am answering. You interrupted me again.
You're quoting the FBI, which has been compromised clearly in the last 4 years.
Can I answer?
What makes the Proud Boys an extremist group?
There are a number of photos of people in your group using the white supremacist sign. There are 2 people in your group last year, 2 members, who were sentenced to 4 years each for beating up an anti-fascist activist in New York. Now, if you don't believe me, go ahead and check out the court. Excuse me, sir, I'm not done. I'm not done yet.
That makes an entire group an extremist group?
I'm not done yet. I'm not done. There's a long laundry list, sir, of horrible people within your organization, including. Okay, so why don't you tell me about the person who started your group many years ago? Why don't you tell me about that person who started your group, who JD even admitted is a white supremacist and an anti-Semite who started your group? Do you mean to tell me ever since he left, your organization totally changed?
So Gavin McInnes is a white supremacist and an anti-Semite.
Is he not? Are you claiming he's not?
Yeah, he's not.
What? All right, I've had enough of this idiot.
Well, no, from what I know about him, from what I've, and I don't know him personally, but from what I've read about him, he does. But also, Tony, Gavin McInnes is not involved in the Proud Boys at all.
He's not involved. Our chairman is Enrique.
So Anthony's take is McInnes is not a white supremacist and not an anti-Semite. Is that your take, sir?
But Brian, here's the issue.
It's not fine.
You're taking 3 different incidences in the last several years, and you're saying that those 3 instances make the entire group an extremist group or a hate group?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying.
The SPLC obviously was looking for a reason to label this group.
Not what I'm saying.
Brian, how many people have been arrested in BLM this year?
Okay, so I'm going to respond to your question.
How many people have been arrested in Antifa this year?
I'm going to respond.
And how do you even
Can I respond?
And what happened last night was Christopher Wallace, or Chris Wallace, not Chris Wallace. Chris Wallace and Joe Biden tried to equate the Proud Boys with white supremacists like the KKK and the Boogaloos, Brian.
So can I respond?
That's the only reason why we're having this conversation in the first place.
Can we? Let me respond to
please do.
all those questions that you just mentioned. I'm not just bringing up those instances, but the reason why I did bring it up is Anthony said no one's ever hurt anybody, and that is 100% not true. Anthony is a liar. Excuse me, Anthony. I'm talking now. This isn't your show. The FBI. Okay, get rid of this guy. Bye-bye, Anthony. Have a nice day. I think you're a clown and you're an evil human being, and have a nice day.
What makes an evil
You're
human
never
being?
coming back on this show again. Anybody who says horrible things about Jewish people, horrible things about...
Did Anthony say anything negative about Jewish people?
Can I please finish my statement? If you don't let me finish my statement, you have no idea what I'm saying. I'm talking about McGinnis, the man who created this organization. He is on the record as saying horrendous things about the Jewish people and minorities. And for this ignorant human being to come on this show and to say that this man is not an anti-Semite shows his stupidity. And I think your entire organization is a hate organization, and according to the FBI, an extremist group, and you are a joke, sir. You sound like somebody who is very ignorant and full of stupidity, and I'm not going to waste any more time with you on this show. We have a lot of loyal listeners that are listening right now. Let's see what you think out there. That gentleman is not going to be taking one more minute of airtime on this show so long as I'm here. The number to call...
In all fairness, Brian, you treated him like total
garbage.
Yeah.
257.
No, you did.
Good. He deserved it.
Yeah.
257-5396. If you have somebody that organized your group and started your group who has said horrendous things about Jews and minorities, and you're going to say that person is not anti-Semitic.
I even agreed. I think that Gavin
I'm not talking about you now. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
He's definitely said some things that,
I understand.
that could make you believe he's a white supremacist.
I appreciate.
And to me, he seems like an anti-Semite. But again, he is no longer involved with the Proud Boys at all.
He wouldn't even acknowledge what you just said. Well, it's not fine. It shows his stupidity. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.